Now, let's bring in our Mix It Up panel. Alicia Menendez is from the New Democrat Network, and Noelle Nikpour is a GOP strategist. All right, Noelle, let me start with you. This appears to be a big threat, saying, hey, you better watch yourself, otherwise we're going to, recant on this $20 billion we promised.
What do you want them to do? I mean, do you want to bankrupt BP? I mean, they have a large bill. Look, 93, I'm telling you, $93 billion a day is a heck of a lot of money. But let me tell you something. Who knows what they've got going out? Who knows what their costs are? Look, it cost them $8 billion. $2 more billion more than what they thought for some of the cleanup. And it's going to continue. They're going to have lawsuits. They're going to have a lot more things to deal with. And if you're not going to let them drill, they've got to have more income coming in, or you're going to slice them off.
Noelle, I'm sorry, Alicia, is Noelle right? I mean, poor BP, $93 million a day ain't going to cut it, is it?
Yeah, I'm playing them the world's smallest violin. You have to give it up, though, for the BP PR team that they do manage to make this sound semi-reasonable. In reality, already they've paid out $8 billion. That's half of what they made in 2009. That's half of their profit margin. In addition to that, they have $235 billion in assets. So to have a conversation about whether or not this affects their bottom line is absolutely ridiculous.
All right, so since it's ridiculous, we're going to move on.
Okay.
All right, next, one of the worst debate debacles I've actually honestly ever seen. Arizona Governor Jan Brewer had a wonderfully awkward and cringeworthy opening statement in a televised gubernatorial debate. I'm sorry, but I love these awkward TV moments. The governor was so bad she literally couldn't put two sentences together.
We have done everything that we could possibly do. We have,
Man, she's tripping. Governor Brewer says a brain freeze was the blame for her odd and never-ending pauses. Well, you got to give her credit. It was a brain freeze. That's totally true. And if you think it couldn't get much worse, you're wrong. After the debate, Governor was asked to clarify her highly charged statement of beheadings in the Arizona desert. But the governor wasn't able to answer and literally ran away from reporters.
Why wouldn't you recant the comment you've made earlier about the beheadings in the desert?
Seriously, that's a serious question, Governor.
well, this was an interesting evening tonight.
Please answer the question about beheadings. Why won't you recant that? Do you still believe that? Okay. Come on, Governor.
Okay, thank you all.
Governor, what do you mean?
Man, what was going on with her? All right, Brewer says she will not participate in future debates. You don't say. Okay. And she'll bring her message to a different venue, perhaps one where there aren't any reporters at all. All right. Now, Noelle, come on. You're not going to defend that. That was ridiculous.
Okay, shoot me now. I was praying I would not get this topic, and lo and behold, I got it. Look, as a Republican strategist, I cannot defend it. It was a huge blunder. And number one, she should have been more prepared for the debate. And number two, look, I mean, she should have answered the question after the debate head on. You know what I mean? But, who's to worry? She's, multiple points ahead in the poll? She's probably going to win her seat back.
Alicia, is that a good point? I mean, is she going to win no matter what? I mean, could she go to the next debate and go blah, 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 and still win?
Well, I think what we saw in this debate is actually more than a blunder. I think it's indicative of her entire administration's approach, which is there's absolutely zero substance. There are no ideas. There's an incredibly high unemployment rate in Arizona. Before she passed this terrible immigration law, she was behind in the polls. She signs it. She's now ahead. It's a political stunt like you've never seen before, but once voters start paying attention, once they ask, so what are you going to do about our failing economy? So what are you going to do about safety in the state? And they realize this is the one trick she had up her sleeve and she played it. They're going to start taking a really serious look at Terry Goddard, who actually has a record worth running on.
All right, Noelle, though, this isn't just about Jan Brewer. I mean, we've got Republican candidates saying a lot of crazy things throughout the country. I mean, you got Sharon Angle. Okay, I can get into 100 of her comments. Joe Miller Delaware saying Social Security is unconstitutional. We got to take it away. He's up in Alaska. And then, wow, Christine O'Donnell in Maine. Did you see this? Let me read this real quick. The other Republicans, the state party chairman, is saying she's not a viable candidate for any office in the state of Delaware. She could not be elected dog catcher. Okay, we got issues here, Noelle.
Okay, look, I'm not the gladiator for the Republican Party, but I am going to defend them by saying that everybody makes a blunder. Not everybody can fit the bill. And on the other side, the Democrats have had their fair share of blunders that have cost them offices. Look at Howard Dean's yeehaw. Look at that going on. That cost him his whole deal right there.
Alicia, is that the same thing?
I'm bringing that back.
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of people who have blunders, and as someone who has sat in the room doing debate prep with a candidate, this is something you never want to see. But this is the type of thing you see when a candidate has absolutely zero substance. It's not that she went in the wrong direction. It's that she had no direction to go in because she doesn't actually stand for anything. So someone else could have said, you know what, I lost my train of thought. Here's what I wanted to say. And what she realized is she's a blank slate.
That's wrong.
All right.
Then what does she stand for? What does she stand for?
She is picking up the ball where the federal government dropped the ball on immigration. Because they couldn't handle it.
You know what, Noelle, it's a fair question. Give me one other Jan Brewer strength other than, you consider it a strength in immigration. What else?
When Napolitano got an appointment by Obama, she basically was a step-in governor. She had to step up to the plate.
No, but Jan Brewer. So
that's what I'm saying. Jan Brewer had to step up to the plate.
So that's why she doesn't have anything other than immigration.
On immigration, but immigration is a big deal. It's a big problem.
All right,
so if you're saying base it on nothing but that, it's a big deal.
All right. Okay, well, things are clear now. And we also had my favorite moment in the show so far when Noelle went, here, come to me for a second. When Noelle went,
I've seen that
was
move
good.
before.
That was good stuff. All right. Thank you, guys. Now, coming up, is Sarah Palin a professional tease? Is she using the